Hi, it's Dr. Richard Lipman. Welcome to my Telemed weight loss plan slides. These are the slides you will see in my interactive plan when we meet virtually online. You can review them before or after our meeting. Many of them have links to further information. Here are some of the weight loss plans I suggest. The simplest and easiest one is the Miami Low Carb Diet Plan. This involves few recipes, is easy to do, and is a good way to start any weight loss plan. More complicated and harder to perform is the Keto Diet and the HCG 800 calorie diet. This involves limited calories and moderate to severe carb restriction. The fastest weight loss plan, but not best for everyone, is the alternate day fasting plan. You're free to pick the plan you want, but I suggest starting with the low carb plan. All of these weight loss plans can be modified by adding metabolism blockers and appetite suppressants. Here are the top causes of weight gain. Most important are soda and juices, where one glass of juice or soda can result in a 15-pound weight gain over the year. Lunches and dinners that look the same is a second cause. Skipping breakfast, high carb breakfast, or juice only is another cause of weight gain, as are cereals, bagels, muffins, and croissants. Large dinners with large amounts of carbs remain one of the most important causes. Bad snacks, olive oil, salad dressings, and alcohol are similar causes of weight gain. Here are some of the sugary drinks. Each one contains 35 to 65 grams of sugar. Drinking one a day will result in a 15 or 20-pound weight gain over the year. The most important causes of weight gain are these drinks. What happens when you drink them is the sugar quickly rises, provokes an insulin response, drops the blood sugar. The sugar then turns into fat and makes people hungry. Here's a typical culprit. A can of soda has 140 calories and 39 grams of protein. One of the third causes of weight gain is skipping breakfast. Skipping breakfast leads to hunger and loss of control of the food later in the day. This especially is important if lunch and breakfast are skipped, when bad choices are made later in the afternoon. Bad carbs for breakfast is a common cause of weight gain, such as muffins, bagels, and pastries. Look at all the toast you can have for one bagel. The high carb breakfast and high calorie breakfast don't have to be simply bread. It can be eggs combined with meat and pancakes, high calorie cereals, or fast food. Here are some of the alternative breads and wraps that can be substituted. One of the most common causes of weight gain I see are people that have a large lunch and a large evening meal, each one containing carbs. For people with sedentary jobs, that's a very difficult problem because each can contain 800 to 1,000 calories or more. In trying to lose weight, one has to decide where the big big meal of the day belongs. Does it belong at lunch or does it belong at dinner? I believe the big meal belongs in the evening. Occupation determines our lunch. Individuals that do heavy work all day, as you see on the left, can eat just about anything, while people with sedentary jobs have to confine their calories to what they can burn during the day, approximately 300 or 400 calories. What's the difference between a big lunch and a little lunch? My definition of a big lunch is a hot lunch, food that is cooked and prepared and served hot. This includes the chicken and rice you see on the top for 800 calories, Mexican food, pasta, fast food. All of these meals on the right are over 900 calories compared with sandwiches, salads, subs, and wraps. The fact that they're hot is just incidental, but it's an easy way to identify these meals. Here's another example between cold meals on the left and hot meals on the right, and the difference in average calories. A lot of people think salads are an alternative to big hot meals, but look at the salad on the right. It can be as high as 1,200 calories, while a sandwich can range from 250 to 430, a much better choice. The fifth and sixth causes of weight gain are snacks, especially those that come in large bags with uncontrolled portions. The Stacy's chips for 2,300 calories, the nuts, the popcorn, and the pretzels, all very high calories and very difficult to control. One of the most significant causes of weight gain comes from foods that you would never expect. Foods such as granola, raisins, avocados, nuts, olive oil. All of these foods either have high carbs or high oils and have high calories with very difficult portion control. Nuts and peanut butter are a common cause of weight gain. Look at the peanut butter with the difficulty in portion control. Alcohol is an underlooked cause of weight gain. The difficulties is that the alcohol has to be processed in the liver. And if the alcohol is not processed in the liver, it becomes very toxic. The food that's ingested with the alcohol then cannot be degraded in the liver and turns to fat. The alcohol itself doesn't turn to fat. It's the food that's not metabolized that turns to fat. It takes 2 hours to metabolize 1 glass of alcohol. So the effective calories are 240 calories. Here's a list of alcoholic beverages, which shows you that other than beer, most of them are really quite the same. How much alcohol can you drink and still lose weight? About 4 drinks per week. Eliminating the carbs might give you an extra drink. Here are the secrets to choosing the best foods and drinks for your weight loss plan, no matter which plan you do. We use a food label to tell us what the best choices are. First, the calories are evaluated. We avoid looking at the fat and the sodium and cholesterol. It only confuses the situation. And focus on sugar, carbs, and protein. If the sugar and the carbs are more than 10 grams, it will tend to turn to fat. If the protein is more than 10 grams, it will make you full. The total calories for the day depends upon whether you're a woman or a man and your activity level, but it ranges anywhere from 1,100 to 1,400 calories. Sugar or carbs greater than 10 produces hunger and turns to fat, while protein greater than 10 grams produces fullness. The major carbs include rice, potato, beans. 1 cup cooked averages about 220 calories. The minor carbs include bread, fruits, vegetables, some cheeses, usually 100 calories or less, with very little sugar. Here are the major carbs that need to be avoided. All of them have at least 200 calories and contain 30 to 40 carbs. Here are some sources of protein. Some people relate protein to meat, but there are many sources of protein that are not beef, including many artificial products. Hungry or full? That's the question when you look at a food label. Here's a Yoplait yogurt that's 100 calories. It has 14 grams of sugar and 19 grams of carbs and will make you hungry if you eat it. It has only 5 grams of protein. Look what happens when you eat this yogurt. Similar to the drink we saw previously, blood sugar rises quickly, insulin is released, drops the blood sugar, which then turns into fat and often produces hunger. This product will make someone hungry. Here's an alternative. Here's a Dannon Too Good yogurt, 80 calories with 2 grams of sugar, 12 grams of protein, which will make you feel full. Similar products are Fage 0% and Chobani no sugar. Nuts are an often cause of unknown or unrecognized weight gain. A little bag of nuts has 100 calories. It has 1 gram of sugar and 3 grams of carbs, so it will not cause hunger, but it won't produce fullness either with 4 grams of protein. Rice, both brown and white, have high calories and high carbs. Cereals are an often unrecognized cause of weight gain, especially ones that appear low, such as Quaker oatmeal and Cheerios. With 22 carbs and very little protein, they're quite fattening. One of my favorite products for weight loss are protein bars. They're high in protein. They have net carbs of 3 or 4, 0 sugars. And because they're portable, the huge selection and the portion control issues, which are really well handled in a bar, they make ideal snacks late in the afternoon. Here are some more protein bars. Let's not mix the protein bars up with some of the cereal bars, which can have as many as 10 or 15 grams of sugar. They often look similar. The trick is looking at the sugar. This is a partial picture of a granola bar, which has 13 grams of sugar and no protein, compared to the Atkins bars, which have much more protein and no sugar. Another source of high protein are protein shakes. The Premier Shake is our favorite. 160 calories, 1 sugar, and 30 grams of protein. Here are the different diets offered in our plan: the low-carb diet, the keto diet, and the HCG diet. We'll talk about the low-carb diet. Comparing diets, probably the keto diet and the HCG would have the greatest weight loss, but more difficult to do and difficult to maintain. Here is a comparison of different diets. Here is my breakfast on my low-carb diet plan. Calories range from 1,100 to 1,450, and you have a choice of 2 or 3 choices depending upon whether you're a man or a woman. We don't want to avoid breakfast. Over on the top right are some choices for rapid on-the-go eating. Fruits, some of them are free, while some are limited, depending upon the sugar content. Here are the fruits and vegetables. All the vegetables are free. The fruits in the mid-column are also free, but the fruits over on the left are mostly tropical fruits, which should be avoided. Often people use fruit juices and make smoothies. The problem is they have high sugar contents once the fruit is manipulated. Here's a picture showing the sugar embedded in the fibers of the fruit. It takes a long time for this to dissolve in the stomach, resulting in a slow rise in blood sugar. Squeezing the fruit or grinding it up releases the sugar from the fibers. The sugar is loose, and you quickly see a sugar spike. The tropical fruits have different construction than the fruits previously mentioned, where the sugar is not as embedded in the fiber, it's more loose. And one gets a faster sugar spike eating these fruits, and that's why they should be avoided. Here is lunch in the low-carb diet. Remember, this is the small meal of the day and consists of 2 or 3 choices. All of these foods are served cold except for the soup. Many of them can be warmed up. Here's a choice of some quick choices. The cold concept is designed to avoid high calorie, high carbs such as rice, pasta, beans, which have difficult portion control and are high in carbs. This is our snacks later in the afternoon, which should be taken somewhere between 3 and 7 o'clock. They should have at least 10 grams of protein, consists of protein bars and shakes for portability. If you are working from home, these cheese products are very good. Here are some of the wraps used in this diet. Here are Jimmy John's sandwiches, which are extremely low with no bread. This is a picture of a business lunch. In a business lunch, which is consumed in restaurants with customers, we eliminate all of the carbs, including the rolls and any bread, and of course alcohol. And the menu consists of meat, chicken, fish with salads and vegetables, salads, and even Japanese food. This keeps the calories low and prevents hunger later in the day. This is our dinner on the low-carb diet. Salads and vegetables and soups are free. Fish and chicken, if it's the white meat of chicken and both are not fried, are free. We have to watch the portion in the meat. And pork. The portion of carbs should be markedly limited and limited to 2 or 3 times a week. The alternate veggie carbs can be used. Here's a picture of the veggie carbs. The cauliflower rice, the cauliflower mashed potatoes are great choices. Even better are the zucchini and lentil pasta-like preparations that come frozen in a bag of approximately 400 calories. These make great alternatives to the carbs. There's the pasta with the sauce already on it. Here are some of the snacks in this diet plan. Almost all of them are low or zero carb. Many of them have been produced for the keto diet. We've just incorporated them. We like some of the ice creams that are low in calorie and low in carbs. Salty snacks, including popcorn and chips, come in small portion control bags. Zero sugar chocolate come in 2 varieties. The Atkins chocolates, which have no protein but no sugar, and the protein bars that have chocolate and protein and sugar. They're a little bit higher in calories, but make a better snack, especially late in the afternoon. These are some newer high protein snacks that can be used later in the afternoon. Some are actually organic. This is a picture and a rundown of my diet app. Just type my name in the App Store, both Google and Apple. This is what will open. You will see that many Atkins Amazon products are shown. All are low carb. All of these serve as links to the Amazon Prime pages. Here are the best choices in supermarkets. These are the individual meals with explanations. On the bottom is how to order a pizza and have it be delivered to your home and be low in calories. These are approximately 100 restaurants with the best choices. This is the HCG and the keto diet. If you can click on any of these and see the food menus for these plans. Clicking on the Zoom button at the top of the beginning of the app will open the actual menus that you saw previously. All of the Zoom leads to the Amazon products, which are linked here. This scrolls down, and almost all of the low-carb Amazon products that you saw before are available simply by clicking it. I'm going to click on the chocolate shake, and this would open in your phone or tablet. Clicking on another shake, one of my favorites is the cafe latte. It has 30 grams of protein and 1 sugar. These are some of the selections of low-carb products from Amazon that link in our app. Here are some of the other products, including chips, which are high protein and low carb, cookies, chocolates, and bars. Here are the protein bars we like because of their easy portion control and portability. The Atkins are probably the lowest. We use this app for finding the right products, which are sometimes hard to find, and also what to eat in each meal. This is the plan for the intermittent fasting, where for 16 hours there's no food from 7 or 8 p.m. to 12 o'clock the next morning. With incorporating keto lunches and keto dinners, even more weight loss can be achieved. This is the HCG diet, which you can find on the app at app number 50. This is the keto diet, app number 60. Here are a review of weight loss medications, including phentermine, Adipex's phentermine, diethylpropion, Contrive, and Qsymia. All of these medications work in different areas of the brain and affect the appetite center. Here's a comparison of different weight loss medications showing that the new Wegovy and Ozempic are the most significant and effective weight loss drugs, resulting in 15 to 25% weight loss of initial body weight. Here's a comparison comparing it to Contrive, to Xenical, and to Adipex, Propion, and Tenuate. Picking the right medication involves the type of eating a person is doing, his tolerance for side effects, and other medical problems. Here are the older medications in order of effectiveness, with Propion being the least effective, but the least, and having the least side effects, going through the phentermine products, and then to Wegovy. Here are the weight loss medications with their side effects. Here is Qsymia, a new drug, a combination of phentermine and Topamax, coming in multiple doses. Here's how we take some of these drugs. We take usually one in the morning and one in the afternoon for the Propion, while we take the phentermine and often split it in half. Here are the phentermine side effects. Dry mouth is most common. Insomnia, constipation, palpitations, and high blood pressure problems are very rare. Here's some slides on how to control cravings. Cravings originate in the brain, where various foods and substances attach to receptors and stimulate the appetite centers in the brain and chemical centers in the brain to release chemicals that result in pleasure, energy, calmness, and happiness. Here's some Stacy's chips with its receptor. Often drugs will cause cravings or pleasure feelings. Alcohol has the same pathway. Here are the receptors with the various substances that produce the problems. How do you get rid of cravings? Several ways. One can take medications such as Contrive, Qsymia, Propion, and Topamax, which actually block the pathways. The way I prefer is using lookalikes like Atkins chocolate or these protein chips. These chips and fake chocolates fill up the receptors, preventing the attachment of the real food, and produce similar pleasures. How do we control? Other ways do we control cravings? Well, if you don't buy the food, you can't really eat it. We reduce the interval from dinner to bedtime. Having an early dinner or late bedtime leaves us open to eating in the evening. Alcohol encourages snacking. High-carb dinners causes hunger 2 to 3 hours later. Trying to cut food at dinner to really low levels produces real hunger, and often this results in cravings a few hours later. Having lookalikes, as you saw here, helps control cravings. And also consider Topamax or Qsymia. Here are the new weight loss drugs that have been very effective: Wegovy, Ozempic, and Plenity. Wegovy and Ozempic are new drugs, as is Plenity. They're very, very similar. This is the Wegovy and Ozempic, and they come in self-injected pens. The drug is injected once a week. The weight loss is very significant and goes on for months and even years in the test subjects. These two drugs act similar. Ozempic has been used for diabetics for 7 or 8 years. Wegovy has been on the market for less than 1 year, but they are the exact same chemicals, just in stronger doses. Administration of these chemicals results in activation of brain centers, activation of stomach receptors, which causes slow gastric emptying, and effects on other organs in the body, resulting in significant weight loss. Here's an Ozempic pen to show you that the needle is almost non-existent. It's very, very tiny, and you can barely see it. The dose is dialed with this dose selector here, and it's just pushed into the abdomen, and the button is squeezed. Most people can't even feel the injections. Here's the same slide. Wegovy and Ozempic can be used interchangeably, and it's given once a week, and each month the dose is increased. Most of the weight loss occurs at the 1 or 1.7 milligram per week doses, and that occurs after approximately 3 weeks. Here's the same slide you showed before. Here, these patients are taking for 68 weeks Wegovy and lost considerable weight. In the Wegovy test, 65% of patients lost at least 15% of their starting weight, and more than 41% lost more than 20% of their weight, which are very large numbers, very similar to that seen with a bypass. Side effects of Wegovy and Ozempic include nausea, vomiting, which are self-limited and quite mild, but they do occur. There are none of the central nervous symptoms such as anxiety, stress, difficulty sleeping with this drug. It's mostly gastrointestinal. These drugs are given in titration with a pattern that looks like this, where we start with low doses and gradually increase it each month. Plenity is a new drug that is made of cellulose and paper. This dissolves in our stomach and produces fullness by taking space. It has really no side effects. Here's a picture of the Plenity in the stomach. Here's a movie showing you how the Plenity works. You see the capsule dissolving, forming little bubbles of paper, which fill with water and expand in the stomach. You'll see what happens when food is added to the Plenity. It expands in the stomach and makes one feel full. This is a schedule for maintaining weight after the weight loss. If one stops with their diet and has no significant change in food or medication, it's extremely easy to regain the weight. We suggest tapering the pill slowly over 2 or 3 months, like this. This is the cause of diet plateaus. As people lose weight, their metabolism drops, so that by the end of a weight loss period, the metabolism is much less than it was at the beginning. This can result in easy weight gain. In addition to slow metabolism, weight loss is associated with increased hunger, with immunity to the medications, boredom, and lack of exercise, and decreased weight loss from the exercise because of the weight loss itself. What do we do about that? Well, we suggest tracking your food to see if you're making mistakes. Exercise obviously is needed, especially when one reaches a plateau. We're looking for about 400 calories 3 times a week, and medications can be adjusted. This shows you the metabolism throughout the day is almost the same, and there's very little change in evening and night, suggesting that it really does not matter what time people eat their large meal. This shows basal metabolic rate in males and females decreasing with age, so after 40, the weight loss is difficult because of the drop in metabolism. This is the causes of a slow metabolism: age, gender, menopause, sedentary lifestyle, people that sleep poorly and are up or stay up late have difficulties. Low thyroid, alcohol, diabetes, and Cushing's disease makes up the list of slow metabolism. This is a table which you can easily find on my website showing you the ideal weight depending upon age and gender.